Mm, beautiful golden color right now.
Cooking apa?
Hi, this is Cooking Appa. There's one dish that every Chinese New Year Appa will make and normal days Appa will not make. Why? Because it's actually quite a lot of work, a lot of preparation work actually. And then the process is not difficult, but a lot of processes. Alright, anyway, today I'm going to make a 5-spice meat roll, yeah? A must-have during Chinese New Year. And I always remember there's one very special, unique flavor that my late mom, always add inside the 5-spice meat roll. Now, let's take a look at the ingredient. First of all, now there are two kinds of wrap that people will use. Number one is they are using the pork fat. Yeah, that one is actually harder to get. You probably need to order from your regular pork seller, and that is actually the best. That is the most classic flavor. Now, if you can't find the pork fat, and this is what you're going to use. This is actually the soft type of bean curd sheets. Now, the thing for you to take note about bean curd sheet is that there are two types of bean curd sheet. Number one, which is salted type. Number two, the one I'm getting today is the non-salted type. So how is this going to affect your this particular dish? If you are using the salted one, then it is very salty. So you may want to go light with when you are marinating your pork fillings later. So this one is not salty, so I can adjust accordingly to my the saltiness on the pork itself. And then also, you do have to use a wet cloth to very gently wipe away some layer of the salt. But of course, the one I'm using today, no need. Actually, this is the one I prefer. The one without any salt. How would you know? One way is for you to ask the seller. Second way, put some into your mouth, then you will know. Then here I have approximately 500 grams of minced pork. This is approximately 70% lean meat plus 30% pork belly, all right, the fatter part. So then you can get a good combination between the two. You don't want it to be too lean, you don't want it to be too fat as well. So here we have some ingredient I'm going to add into the meat paste. This is approximately 2 to 3 tablespoons of minced garlic, minced shallot, minced ginger. Ginger a little bit lesser, yeah, probably about 1 tablespoon. And this is probably about 2 tablespoons full of minced fresh coriander roots. And this is what my mom will add into the meat roll. It really gives you the distinctive flavor. And then we have the carrot, yeah. This is not minced but diced carrot, yeah, diced carrot, so that you get a bit of bite feel. And this one you see a lot. This will add sweetness to your meat paste. It is actually water chestnut. To be honest, water chestnut is a little bit troublesome to actually peel off the skin and stuff. If you are lazy, you can use sengguang. Also, sengguang is much more easier, but water chestnut is much more sweeter. I have probably about 6 pieces of water chestnut here. Then we will need 1 to 2 eggs. My eggs is actually very small, so I probably need to use 2. We'll decide later. And we will need some 5-spice powder, or I'm using here, this is 13-spice powder. So first of all, you want to get a mixing bowl. Appa is using a bigger plate today so that you all can see the process, mixing process more easier. Okay lah, I have to confess, I couldn't find my mixing bowl today. Don't know where my mother-in-law put it. Never mind, still can make do, yeah? So first of all, I'm going to put in the 500, wash your hand first, yeah? 500 grams of minced pork. And then all these cut ingredients we're going to put inside as well. A mixing bowl will be much easier, all right? But if I use a plate here, you all can see actually easier. I'll probably mix some here and maybe shift to another big pot later. I'll decide later. So next thing, we are going to season it, yeah? I'm going to first give it some salt. Like I mentioned earlier, if your bean curd sheet is actually salted ones, you need to go lighter on the saltiness here. A bit of the light soy sauce. Some oyster sauce. some of my cooking appa chicken stock powder, some CNY, some white pepper, a bit of the 13 spice powder, cannot come out. Alright, 13 spice powder. And you do need to give it some sugar. Some people don't like adding sugar, no problem, don't add, no worries at all. Some fish sauce, alright. Then I'm going to carefully mix this. I'll add in the egg shortly after this. So let's mix everything up nicely first. Alright, after mixing up, next thing, we're going to add in an egg. I think one probably is enough. Together with the egg, I am going to add in some cornstarch. So these two, cornstarch and the egg, will become the mixing medium, yeah? The thing is that it's going to hold everything nicely together. Cornstarch and the egg. And egg actually contains water, yeah? Don't forget that. So you don't have to add much water inside. The only water I actually added just now was actually the CNY. So it's a high-class, fragrant water. If you are not sure of the flavor, what you can do is you can take a little bit and put it inside the oven or microwave, cook it, then you can taste whether, then you will know whether it's too salty or not. But usually I go very light with my saltiness, so I'm not worried. Home cooking, I always go lighter on the saltiness. Ooh. One more thing you can actually add here to increase the nice fragrance, which is some sesame oil, or you can use garlic oil. Okay, I'm adding some sesame oil here. Wow, really nice. So the next part is actually a very important step. Do not skip it, which is you're going to cover this with a lid, maybe a wrapping plastic paper, and we shall leave it inside the fridge and let it marinate for 2-3 hours minimum before we continue. You need to do this if you really want your five spice meat roll fillings to really taste good. Do not skip this part. Yeah, put it inside the fridge for 2-3 hours. Right, this is after about 3 hours marinating inside the fridge. Yeah, so the flavor has really went into the meat paste, and I have prepared the bean curd sheets at the side. Usually, one piece of bean curd sheet, I will actually cut it into 8 smaller pieces. Yeah, so I have actually 2 pieces here, so total about 16 pieces lah. So what do you want to prepare for wrapping? You want to prepare a small platform here for you to wrap, and also some water here. Some will actually prepare some cornstarch as well. I feel it's not really necessary. So first of all, we will get 1 piece of bean curd sheet here. Now, if yours is the salted ones, now is the time where you want to use a wet cloth to very gently wipe away the excessive salt, yeah? But mine no need because this one is without the salt. But still, we will need some water. I'll put my hand inside the water here and gently tap some water on it so that it is softened and easier to be used for wrapping. The next thing, you're going to get some of the meat fillings here. You can do it this way or you can do it this way. It's really up to you. Appa today prefer to make it a longer one. Yeah. Right, we shape it a little bit. Then we will go one round. After you do the first round, you can actually turn in this side. Right? Let me adjust a bit. Then we turn second round. This is the time you turn in the other side. Right? And you want to tighten it a bit. Don't make it too loose, yeah? You want to tighten it. Then turn it until the end. And we have some space here, extra ones. This is where I'm going to put more water. This is where people will put the cornstarch actually to stick it. I feel we put water is already good enough to stick it, no need. That's how simple it is. And I'm going to finish off with the rest of the beancurd, yeah? Alright, out of the 500 grams of minced pork, I only managed to make like 10 plus 1. And I put it onto a tray like this, yeah? And I'll send it into the steamer. Right, my steamer has been preheated to 100 degrees Celsius. Now we are going to carefully put in the tray. And we will steam it. I will steam it for approximately 10 to 15 minutes. I'll probably go for 15 for this round because it's my roll today is actually slightly longer than my usual ones. Now, one thing you do have to take note is that, did you notice all my roll actually is separated out with some space? Because if you put it very close, during steaming, they are going to stick it to each other, right? And because I'm using a tray like this, so it won't really stick. But if you are using a normal plate and on your normal steamer, you may want to put a baking paper at the bottom so that it doesn't really stick. And like I said, you need to distance them out, yeah? If not, it will actually stick all together. Alright, this is after 15 minutes. If you feel 15 minutes not enough, you can steam it for longer, even up to 20 minutes should be fine. Wow, look at all this steam. Just let the steam release. Oh, wow, still a lot of steam. Careful. Oh, look at this. Right. If you're not sure, just poke maybe a toothpick inside into the middle, the thickest part of it. If you feel warm on the toothpick, then it is actually cooked inside. Yeah. So I can now take it out and let it rest at the side. So we will actually take it out and let it rest for a while until it actually cool down. Because as you can see from here, it will actually stick a little bit. Yeah, it is actually stick a little bit. So I'm going to let it cool down totally. Then it will be much easier to remove it. Yeah, and if you want to prevent it from sticking totally, you can actually apply one thin layer of oil. Yeah, then it won't stick at all. And I have taken out, yeah, remove all this from the tray and do it I noticed because my the tofu skin actually has lesser layer this round, so actually some of it actually the skin tends to break easier than the one I did previous years. So maybe you want to change to another orientation, make it shorter but a lot more layer. Anyway, it's up to you. So let's prepare the wok. Alright, so once you heat up the oil, now take note on the oil temperature here, you want it to be maybe around about 120, 130, very low temperature. If it's too hot, it can get chao da very easily, yeah, the tofu skin outside. So once it is ready, we can actually put in the Ngor Hiang. As you can see from here, very small sizzling here. I'm using very low heat. Now you just want to get the color, yeah? It is already cooked. You only want to get the beautiful brownish color. If you make it too high heat, it will become dark color, so it doesn't look nice. So we want it to be more like a golden color, yeah? Alright, starting to give me the golden color already. Very fast. It wouldn't take very long. So meanwhile, we can actually prepare an oil absorbing paper at the side. Beautiful golden color right now. I think if I were to make this again, I'll prefer to use my earlier years way where it will be shorter but more layer of the beancurd, because then it will be more crispy, yeah? Because it is the beancurd sheet that really make it crispy. Still, it's going to taste good, huh? I make it longer this year just to look nicer. Because my mother-in-law want to give it to our neighbor, so I make it a bit longer. If it's too short, look a bit kiam-siap like that, right? Right, it's almost done. This is the kind of beautiful golden color we wanted. And we can take it out right now. Don't forget, it's already cooked inside. Push it to the side and put it on top of the oil absorbing paper. Look at the golden brown color I have. I think I only fry using medium low heat for probably about less than 2 minutes. I think, yeah, roughly. But most importantly is use your eyes. Sometimes it's not about timer, it's about using your eyes to check through the color. Once you get the color you wanted, you can take it out. So here's my very simple Ngor Hiang or 5-spice meat roll for this year's Chinese New Year. And for the rest of it, you don't have to deep fry it, yeah? Just keep it inside your freezer. But one thing to take note, when you want to keep it, you do use a separator or a kitchen towel to separate each and every one of them. If not, it will also stick, okay, in your freezer. So here's my very simple Ngor Hiang today. If you like my Ngor Hiang, do share my video out on your Facebook to your friends. Come to Cooking Appa Facebook page to click like and follow button. Follow Appa on Instagram and subscribe to Cooking Appa YouTube channel. Enjoy your dinner, especially your reunion dinner with your family. Bye-bye.